One of the things that drew me to internal medicine is Nancy Drew mystery books. Internal medicine, it's really just solving a mystery. I'm Dr. Ann, and I am this year's recipient of the Quadracci Family Award.
I was trying to think of a tagline for Dr. Ann, and I just think it would be above and beyond.
I take care of chronically ill people, and my goal is to keep them out of the hospital. In addition to seeing patients, I'm the medical director for QuadMed.
Quad was started by my father 52 years ago. So why would a print company own a medical company? And the story goes back sort of to Betty. She was one of the first polio patients in Milwaukee, and the hospital said, well, there's not anything else we can do for her. Take her home so she can die at home. My grandfather at the time worked at Grady Foundries, and the head of Grady Foundries sent the company nurse home to take care of Betty. We all think that that company nurse is the reason Betty lived on. My father was very frustrated by the care his employees were getting. He just didn't think it measured up. And so, like everything else Harry did, he said, I can do this better. And he hired a physician and started QuadMed.
They thought they could do it better, and they do it better. When I went to college, I actually started in the School of Nursing because I wanted to have a family. My father was the first specialist at Waukesha Memorial Hospital right after World War II. And I almost never saw him. He was always at the hospital. So I knew it was a rough life that way. And I didn't think I could be a doctor and really have a family. I realized that I was as smart as the other guys in pre-med. I feel so honored to be receiving a Betty Award.
And the thing that brings me the most joy is Dr. Ann. Betty was her patient.
It blows me away, it really does. I mean, I could get teary, although I'm not a person who cries very often. That Betty Evans Quadracci lived a full life characterized by steely courage, boundless curiosity, and remarkable compassion is an understatement. That she inspired others to do the same is a certainty.
I think Betty lived at least a decade longer because of the care that Dr. Ann gave to her. Dr. Ann gives that same care to all of her other patients that she gave to Betty.
Betty and I both worked hard in a male-dominated profession. Betty was very competitive, always wanted to be the best, so I want to be the best too.
Dr. Ann, words that come to mind off the top of my head: dedicated, committed, grit, perseverance.
When I developed breast cancer at age 56, and people are like, how do you get back to work after you've just gone through this? And I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Sit at home and think about having breast cancer or how I feel? That was 14 years ago. So I wanted to become a spokesperson for women to get screened for breast cancer.
I think that sums her up, caring for others.
I hope women are all getting their screening mammograms. If you aren't, do please.